I'm Stuart Bloor and this is my first Angling Journal entry of 2012, so a happy new year to you. Although of course you may be watching this any time, you could be watching it in the middle of June, but let me tell you, the weather here right now is nothing like the middle of June. It's quite a cold day, and oddly surprising, I arrived at the lake, I've got it to myself, but that's how I like it. I'm ready to cast out now. There's a cage feeder. Obviously need to put some bait in there first. You know, I'm wearing glasses. I can see the sun, which is it what, about 100 million miles away or something like that, 150 million kilometers. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a long distance away. But I can see the sun all that distance away, and I can't see to tie a size 18 hook in front of my nose. Funny, isn't it? But that's why I've got my glasses on, and I've got that sorted, ready to cast out. Bolt rods are out now. As you can see down there, I'm fishing off bite alarms and hangers. I will tell you all about that in the article, as well as all the bait ingredients and all that sort of stuff that I'm using. But for this part of my Angling Journal, I'm hoping to catch a roach. It'd be great if I can catch one before dark. That would be nice. I'm fishing maggot, white maggot, on a size 18 hook. I mentioned that earlier with my my glasses. And so it's always possible, of course, that I could get a perch before dark. So good chance of a fish, I think, today. Even though it's cold, good chance of a fish. Not quite dark yet, as you can see from the footage. I'm having a few indications already that there's something out there, so it'd be great if I could catch something, wouldn't it? The first fish, I will just use the net. It's a roach, and it's in the net. Brilliant. And here it is, my first fish of 2012 Angling Journal. I think this one definitely deserves, you know what? A kiss. Well into dark now, as you can see, and I'm actually down here by the rods. Obviously you can't see that on the camera, but I've been getting some action. Just small fish so far, but plenty of little indications on the bite alarms, and I'm down here, as I say, right by the rods. It's not like carp fishing or the style of fishing whereby you can retire to your bivvy. I haven't got a bivvy tonight, I'm just sitting here by the alarms. It's not that sort of fishing. You've got to really be on the rods to strike in an instant. Not that there's anything wrong, of course, with being in a bivvy or anything like that. You know what I'm saying. I do that sort of fishing myself, but this, what I'm doing now, it does require a lot of attention, should I say. So I'm down here on the rods. What you saw there was a white-clawed crayfish. I noticed one in the margins and I just captured it on film. That's our native crayfish in this country, and they are endangered, so when you do see them, it certainly is a good sight. As well as being a keen angler, I'm also a keen naturalist as well, and I have been privileged to travel to many parts of the world, and I've actually seen what they call the Big Five in Africa in their natural environment, but I still get a real buzz out of what we've got in this country. I love British wildlife. I just had me a screaming run off a good roach. And what did I land? A perch. A nocturnal perch. There's a better roach. That was a screaming run as well, but not a perch this time, a roach. Let's get that back in the water. I would have captured that on film, the fight as it were, bringing it in, playing it in, but I was trying to capture some rats. I've had two types of rats around me tonight. The juveniles, who are almost, and that word I use carefully, almost cute, as they're just playing around and picking up bits of ground bait that's been dropped. And then there's been the big ones. I think they've been hybridised with Labradors or something. They're absolutely massive rats. So I can sort of live with the first lot, but the second ones, not keen on those. But I was trying to capture some of the young ones, and then I had the fish, so concentrated on that instead. Another white-clawed crayfish there in the margins. It's very, very clear, and so I'm able to capture that on camcorder, so that's brilliant. I like to include nature in my angling videos because I'm a big fan, as I've already said, of the British wildlife scene, and whatever I can see, then I want to capture that. I'm coming towards the end of the session now. When I arrived this afternoon, it was quite chilly, but what's happened during dusk and onwards is that cloud cover has come in, and of course that acts as a natural blanket for the earth, and so the temperature, it has raised actually, so it's warmer now. We're a few hours into dark than it was during the hours of daylight, and temperature is a big thing for anglers. Obviously water temperature is the main thing, but temperature is a big thing for anglers. And whilst during the summer a degree here or there doesn't really make much difference, this time of the year it's crucial. And so my tip is get a thermometer, water thermometer, and if you can get the air temperature as well, that's good, because we can see trends that develop during our angling. Get yourself a thermometer, keep tuned in, stay switched on, and sometimes we can make the most of those little raises in temperature like I'm experiencing now. Unfortunately for me, the fishing's quite good. No monsters, but I've had a good trickle of roach and that odd perch that I had. But unfortunately for me, I've got to go. But if I didn't, I would be staying a lot longer on this particular session. Well, I'm back at the car now, getting ready to go home. Really enjoyed that session. I didn't catch any monsters, but let's face it, £2 roach aren't exactly queuing up to be caught, are they? And that's really what I'm going for, the big fish. But I caught, and that's always a good start, particularly this time of the year. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, of course, because you could be watching it any time, assuming you're watching it now, as it were, I'd like to wish you a really happy and prosperous 2012, and may all your angling dreams come true. And remember, and this is my motto really, we never catch sitting at home. We have to be in it to win it. And as long as we're out there with a bait in the water, there's a chance that we'll catch the fish of our dreams. And may you do that in 2012.